Shall we wait a couple of more minutes?
Yeah, that'll be fine for me. It'll give me some more time to peel the potatoes and carrots.
So guys, while we're waiting, can you put on a big pot of jug of water and boil it ready?
Yeah.
How much should we do?
About this much.
Chattomate kudasai.
About this much. It says 1.7 liter according to my kettle. And then make sure you switch on your rice cooker.
Who is helping you in the kitchen today, Kayoko?
I'm going to introduce ourselves. So shall we start?
I might as well. It's too fast. Kayoko, this is the curry powder that I found. Is that right? Okay.
Okay. So
I've sent the curry paste that I'm using in the chat. It should be done soon.
okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Okay.
There it is. Can you see that?
Just wait one more minute before. So put your rice on and put your kettle on. Sorry, I'm not being able to see your photo. Can you just put the camera on quickly and show me?
Unfortunately, I'm on my desktop, which doesn't have a computer. I'll see if I can move to my laptop.
Quickly. Oh, I forgot. All right, I think I'm going to get started. So I'm Kayoko Enomoto, I'm Head of Asian Studies. Lovely to meet you all, including Matilda. There. And this is Ryoko. Konbanwa.
Konbanwa.
Associate. I made a volunteer for this event to chop up veggies and help me with this event. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. So we've got my husband there. You can't see. I've got Ryoko's husband on this side, but they can't be seen. So so I've got my daughter Katie joining us from Sydney. And I've got my tutors, Miwako and Kayoko, and my colleague, Tinkei and Janine, and all my students. Thank you so much for coming. So let's get started. So you need carrots. So I've got 2 carrots for 4 of us today. And I've got 6 potatoes for 4 of us, this size. And then I've got 2 onions of this size as well. God, I was looking at the size. Yeah.
I wanted to see how big the potatoes were.
Potatoes here. There. Okay. And then I have Japanese curry roux. I've got 1 hot and 1 medium hot, but even if Japanese curry packet says hot, it's not really hot. So don't think Indian curry hot. It's quite mild. So you're gonna think, oh, it's a bit wimpy, but you know, you can, so I think we'll use medium hot today. Okay, and if you like, I've got a little bit jar of honey for a little twist. Not all of it. I only need 1 teaspoon. So yeah, if you've got one. And I have an apple. Just to grate it. It's optional. So if you have it, you might want to put it. I think our daughter Katie likes to put apple in a curry. Is that right? And then I've got Worcestershire sauce. If you have it in your pantry, you can use it, but it's optional again, this one. And then I've got bay leaf, 2 or 3 if you have it, but it's not optional. Because I say a lot of things are optional in terms of spices, because Japanese curry roux actually has everything, including you know, stock cube, for example. You can add some stock cube when we boil veggies, but it's already in here, so it's not the end of the world if you don't have it. It's all optional. I've got Asahi beer here, but we are not going to use that in curry. Okay? That's for afterwards when we eat. Okay. So let's do it. So we are gonna actually start chopping. Oh, you need meat. You need meat. So I have here. What I'm going to do is switch my camera to yeah. Okay. So I have here. I'm going to use beef, but you are free to use sorry. You are free to use chicken, any parts of chicken, pork, beef, or if you are vegetarian, I think Julia's got the tofu. Can you share that, Julia? Yeah, tofu there. And also you could put a tin of mixed beans if you have. So it's really up to you. I actually bought a stir-fry beef simply because we haven't got enough time. I wanted to show you the end product from my kitchen. You don't have to finish cooking, but so I made. But usually what I do is this kind of like a chunky beef. That's what I normally use. Yeah, this kind of, yeah. But this takes a bit longer, so yeah. Okay, so let's chop up onions first. So let's get started with your onions. Okay. Can you see what's happening? So what I would like you to do is maybe, I mean, this is how I normally cut onions for curry. This kind of shape there. Can you see?
Okay, so they're like wedges.
Yeah, but not as thick as wedges. Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, great. So I'm going to start peeling the carrots as well. way, you see the knife that Toden Sensei is using here. It's a Japanese ceramic knife. It's beautiful. If you ever go to Japan, buy ceramic knife. It's really good.
あ、私もセラミックナイフを使っています。
Oh, really? That's good. はい、じゃあこれ。Can you see how Toden Sensei is cutting? 大丈夫。So Toden Sensei dropped the carrot. Bruce, our dog, is eating it on the floor. And then do you move on to your potatoes after the onion, carrot, and potatoes. To those who arrived a bit later, can you make sure you've got a big jug of water in a kettle boiling? And also switch on your rice cooker.
Kayo, what other vegetables could you use, do you think, if you had chicken?
Green beans would be quite nice, and red capsicum, I quite like it. What else? Maybe broccoli. Maybe broccoli can go in a bit later because it might disintegrate. So I suggest we cut potatoes a little bit bigger than your usual one mouthful size. We'll just show you, Toden Sensei will just show you in a minute. She's just peeling the potatoes at the moment. And it's because that in hot water, the potatoes actually become a bit smaller when it becomes soft. So, yeah. So.
Who else is crying? I'm crying because of the onions.
Everybody crying? Yeah.
If you wet your knife before you cut onions, I find it stops you crying.
Okay. There you go. Yeah. So how are we going, everyone?
Yep, almost finished. I've
Almost
cut the
finished.
onions. I've peeled all of the stuff. Now I just need to cut it up.
Potatoes for you, Joe? Yeah. That's not my potatoes.
Okay. Now, while you are doing, I hope you have little helpers in your own kitchen, not doing it yourself. But I can see, multiple of people here. But so choose not the frying pan, but choose the frying pan, the pot. I'm gonna just show my own. Okay, so I'm using this pot today for 4 people curry. So frying pan, depending on how many portions you are making, but I think the pot is better than frying pan. So yeah, just this size. This size. Yeah.
You think a wok would be okay?
As long as you have the lid to go with it. Any lid would do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a lid.
Yeah. Got a lid. Oh, yeah.
By the way, my mom says hi and the Moto Sensei.
Oh, that's nice. Hi, Johanna's mom.
Konnichiwa, hajime mashite.
So have you been teaching your mom Nihongo?
Yeah.
That's really
Mote,
Yeah, choto.
ashoto.
Choto.
Mote.
nice. Oh. I think Bonnie's here as well. Hmm.
Yes, I'm here. My camera's not working, but
That's okay,
I'm
Bonnie.
here.
Are you cooking?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, good. So I'm going to just show another camera. So this is how we are progressing in our kitchen. Yeah, we are there. Good. Okay, so I'm going to actually move my camera to the stove. Is that visible to you guys? 大丈夫?
はい、大丈夫。
Yep, looks all good, KO.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to put the gas on. And then I'm going to put some olive oil. You can put any vegetable oil of your choice, but not the sesame oil. Some people put butter. It's really your choice. So I like olive oil, so I'll put olive oil there. So gas is on.
Are we going for a high heat or just not? Doesn't really matter too much.
High heat. Okay, so I'm gonna put some meat. Okay, so we are cooking these at the moment. Okay, so here you can actually put salt and pepper if you like, but it's pretty much optional because, as I said before, curry roux has got salt and pepper already. So, but I might actually put a little bit of salt just for the sake of it.
Kayoko, how many grams of meat did you use?
How many?
Grams of meat?
I just use a one pack.
Like one pack, yeah.
Yeah, just one pack. That taking is kind of. Oh, I'll show you that.
I think around 500 grams or so.
So we are cooking for 4 people. So yeah, it's about this kind of. But you know, some people like I find Australian people can eat a lot more meat than Japanese people. So you know, you can put more.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's no rules for that.
Good.
And you find if you are using chicken, you find that it's a lot quicker to cook as well rather than beef. So I'm going to put some onions now. So we've got onions going. Is that visible? Yeah. And then I put some carrots. And can you start reboiling your water now? How's it going, everyone?
大丈夫です。
Bruce.
私はちょっと急いでいますが、大丈夫です。
大丈夫ですか? Okay. So I'm now going to put a hot water in the pot.
So should we just guess the amount just towards?
Yeah, just so that all the veggies and meat, it's all underwater.
How much is that approximately, Kayo?
Yeah, I've got this much, around about 1.5 liter, I would think. Are you taking notes, Janine? Is that what?
I am actually.
Is that what it is?
Good, she could do the next
Yeah, and then can you make sure once you put the water in, just so everything is underwater, but not by too much, can you put the lid on or a lid on that fits onto your pot or wok that you are using? And I'm going to put my bay leaves. So 1, 2, and 3.
And just double checking, we're not putting the potatoes in yet, right?
We have.
Oh, we have? Okay, I'll add them.
Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Potatoes, I mean, it really depends on the person, but I find that if you put potatoes too soon, it just kind of gets disintegrated. So, but I think we might put it now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, potatoes can get a bit mushy if
Yeah,
they're
and
in
you
too
can't
long.
actually see potatoes in it at the end. これぐらいですね。Okay. So potatoes in there.
And water in until they're just submerged?
Yes, just submerged. That's a good word, submerged. So I'm going to put a little bit more water just because we put a bit more potatoes. So I'm going to make it a bit, I think I should have used a bit more, a bigger pot. But hopefully it'll be okay. Any questions from anyone?
So are we keeping the heat high for now,
Yeah.
or we're turning the heat down?
Until, just make it boil first with a high heat or full-on gas. And then once it starts boiling, maybe make it into medium or lowish gas. Yeah. I just want to make sure we'll be able to cook before 7 o'clock. So normally you don't actually have to boil water. You can actually put normal room temperature water in there if you have enough time to cook. So tonight, for the purpose of just, finishing it at 7 o'clock, I just asked all of you to put hot water in there. Yeah. Johanna's got, how many people have you got helping you? Okay.
私は一人で料理しています。
Everybody's chatting as well. That's good.
私も一人で。
So our pot is boiling, okay?
Yep.
I think Toden Sensei is looking after it very, very well. Okay, so I think we will take. So we've got. Yeah. So Toden Sensei says getting rid of the scum. There. Yeah.
Getting rid of what, sorry?
Scum.
Ah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's in Japanese. It's called aku. Aku.
Ahu?
Aku.
Ah, そうですか。
Yeah.
That's what they do with tonkatsu ramen, isn't it?
Tonkotsu ramen. Yeah. Yeah. When they make soup, I guess. Yeah. It does produce a bit of that. Yeah. So yours looking okay?
It just looks like a lot of water, but I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. That's fine. Can you show me yours, Shane? Is that possible to put the camera on your top? Let me have a look. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Is that beef? Yeah.
What is
It's
the...
a plant.
Sorry, go for it.
Oh, I'll just say it's a is it on? It's a plant-based chicken, so it kind of tastes like chicken, but it's not chicken.
I know one of those. Yeah. Okay.
Some of those substitutes actually turn out tasting pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to be creative.
What's the meeting ID for this room again?
Meeting ID. Can somebody punch in for everyone?
I'll see if I can't swap to my phone so that I can start showing some stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
So should we be boiling the water with the lid off so it condenses down, or should we leave the lid on for now?
Once it's boiled, take it off because it might overflow, Shane. So, but until it boils, just keep it on because a lid on, having a lid on makes, cooks a lot faster. So because you are getting rid of scum there from the pot, you do actually get rid of some water as well at the same time.
アクがたくさんありますね。
アクがたくさんあります。まだ柔らかくないから。Yeah, so use a fork or chopstick to find out if potatoes and carrots are cooked. It's still quite hard, so we'll put the lid on, shall we? Yeah, because our house now is smelling like onions and cooking. I'm not putting a fan on because of the noise for this Zoom purpose. But you guys can put a fan on if you like. Any questions? So I'm gonna actually open the, while it's cooking, I'm gonna open this curry brew. So this packet says for 8 people. So I'm going to use half of what's in this box. So we all have different brands. So if mine comes with like a 2 lot, so I'm going to just tear this off and I'm going to just use one. So can you see the divisions in your packet as well? Can you see the division? So that's how you actually break, before you put this brew in your pot, you are supposed to break them into a smaller shape. So mine's got like 4 pieces now because I broke it. But
Okay.
Yeah, depending on how much water or how much quantity you are making in your pot, you might actually need more than what the packet says. So Japanese curry, it's not supposed to be very runny. It's quite on the thicker side of runny. I hope I'm making sense. So I'll show you what it should look like. But yeah, it shouldn't be runny. So make sure that you don't skimp on the amount of the roux.
All right, I'm back. I tried to join via my phone, but the internet wasn't working too well, so.
That's okay, Brody. Not a problem.
So have we added the roux in yet? I haven't exactly got roux. I've got curry paste, but.
Roux goes in last, so we are just waiting for the potatoes to cook.
Yep.
So I'll show you what ours look like now.
When do we put the apple in?
Well, it's a good question, Katie.
I would say put it in now.
Yeah, my mother, your grandmother normally puts it around about the same time as the roux.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trust it.
But I think it's
Trust that.
quite personal. I don't know. When do you put apples? She doesn't put any apples, so. Yeah. And if you would like a bit of sweetness in there, in addition to apple, you can put like a 1 or 2 teaspoons of running honey, if you like.
Do we do that now?
No, later.
I'm too eager.
Yeah, so I know. Something to do. But I think I hope that we can cook it before 7 o'clock. Yeah, we still have time. Julia, can we go over like 5 minutes or so?
I don't care at all. All good.
Good.
Yeah.
I think I need 2-3 more minutes. How about yours? Is that getting soft?
All right, let's have a look.
Shane, are you drinking?
What's it on? only a Japanese whiskey. I just thought,
nice.
Here we should all just relax.
Yeah. Okay. Or we can have beer if you like as well. We could have Japanese beer. Yeah. I don't know, beer or wine, or I think curry. You can choose whatever drink that you like. I mean, even soft drinks would be fine. Or green tea, or water.
Do you think whiskey would work in it?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's just Jane.
My husband's a winemaker. He says Riesling.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah,
have it in the fridge. So after this show, 4 of us will open up a bottle. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look what's going on with the pot. It's wonderful that I have Poden Sensei in my kitchen tonight. It's so great. Yeah. Okay, now ours is more or less okay. So what I'm going to do is to open up can you see how roux goes in? And what my mother says is that you kind of bury the roux inside the pot.
So that it can spread around more easily.
Yeah, and it melts a lot quicker. I reckon our curry would need extra roux rather than what the packet says, because I think we've got a lot more meat and a lot more potatoes and a lot more onions. So I'm going to put extra 1 or 2. So just see how you go. You can always add 1, but you can't take 1 out. So just be mindful of adding it until you know how runny it is before you put in. So I'm going to actually put 1 here for now. I might put another 1 depending on how we are going. Okay, so if you like, now is the time to grate some apples, or not some apples, just maybe if it's a big apple, a quarter of an apple. If it's a smallish apple, like the one I just showed you, maybe half an apple. It really depends. But I tend to use red apples instead of green apples because I find it's a little bit sweeter, but it doesn't really matter. Green's fine. Green apples tend to make it a little bit tangy compared to red ones. And if you don't have an apple, you could actually put 1 or 2 teaspoonfuls of honey.
So apple or honey?
Or slash and.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm now simmering it rather than using high full-on gas. So I'm going to put, because it looks a bit runny, I'm going to put 1 more.
How's this looking, Kayoko?
Oh, it looks very good.
So is that the right consistency?
Yeah, can you just, are you using chopsticks? Okay, can I just have a look at consistency? Yeah. That looks good to me. I think ours is still a bit runny, so I'm going to put a bit more. Strong. 1 more. It's thickening up now. So Japanese curry should not look like a casserole thickness, but it should not be runny like soup. So it's in between casserole and runny soup. We have to put 1 more. So how many of you have actually done the reading of chapter 44 about the history of Japanese curry for those who are learning? Can you share your insight into how come Japanese people started to eat curry? Nobody's read it. Shane, are you just smiling? What about you, Callum?
I'll admit I haven't. I'll admit I haven't.
Yeah, I mean you can Google obviously, but what I so curry originally obviously was invented or created in India, right? Nobody argues against that hypothesis. And then that was imported or brought into Britain from India. And then during the First World War, I believe that Japanese army was introduced to the British version of Indian curry, which was very, very mild in terms of how spicy it is. So from Britain to Japan, the curry was imported or introduced. So the army men in those days, men came back from the war and then started to cook British version of curry in Japan. That's how we started to eat curry and rice together. Yeah, so that's why Japanese curry is never spicy.
Because of the British.
Very wimpy taste. Yeah, you know my husband is English, so. Okay.
Oh, I was wondering when would be the right time to put in the Worcestershire sauce?
Well, you can actually put it now, like the one we are showing you from our kitchen, but you can actually dish it out into your bowl and then put the Worcestershire sauce when you actually eat it. Plus, some people, like my father, not only put Worcestershire sauce on the curry, he actually put an egg.
Oh, a raw egg?
Yes, but because the curry is very, very hot off the stove, because of the heat, it actually cooks when you put raw egg in there. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
So it becomes kind of a, half done egg.
Yeah, soft boiled.
Yeah, soft boiled. Yeah, yeah. So I can put a little bit of Worcestershire sauce here. So this is looking really good. Can you see that? So I haven't put any apple today, but I did put some honey and Worcestershire sauce. Okay. So can you see the consistency in the pot? It's not as runny. Okay.
I ran out of gas halfway through, so I just had to replace the canister.
Okay.
Barbecue.
Okay, that's all right. Now I am actually going to switch the camera to myself. So to dish out the curry, I'm going to use not the plate, but a bowl like this one. Okay. Yeah, Shane, that's perfect. So that it holds rather than a plate. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. 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 Anything that holds would be fine. So I'm going to put rice kind of 1/3 or depending on how much rice you want. Don't put the rice on the bottom. Just put it on one side. Am I making sense? So I'll just do that now. Okay, so it should look like this. Is it good? Like half it, not flat, but on one side. So on the other empty side, you put curry.
That way you can mix it however much you want.
That's correct. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, so that's how it looks like. So I'm going to just pop that there. So I put a little bit of parsley. It's not working for me. Is that right?
Kayoko, this looks like in the picture.
Does it? Oh, good. Okay.
Looks so good.
Yeah, so that's how kind of I'm not really doing very well with the curry, but that should do. So that's how we go.
私のカレーがちょっと薄くても、味がうまいです。
美味しいですか？美味しいです。
美味しいです。
Okay. Can someone show your bowl, dished out bowl, to share? That's good.
I will. If I share my screen, I think I'll be able to show the picture once I get it on my computer.
That's okay. Oh, that's good, Katie. Yeah.
I just heard my mum say, "Oh, yum," from the other room.
Oh, Shane, that looks really good. That looks really good. Ella, have you got yours?
Just cooking the last bit now, still cooking.
That's okay. You don't want potatoes to be hard.
No, yeah, little bit longer.
Take your time. You don't, because we cooked it, you know, so we can show you what it should look like.
Yeah.
Oh, Julia, that's great too. Who worked?
I have to get some parsley out of the garden though.
Yeah. You have to run to the garden. I mean, it doesn't have to be parsley. It could be like if you have anything green, like green beans or broccoli next to it. It just that curry itself is too brown to me. We like colors on Japanese dishes. So yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Can you see mine? It's a bit
Yes,
messy. But...
I can see yours. She's screen sharing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great.
fine.
That's great.
Oh, that's very
Yeah. Oh, good. So Katie and Ed, you are already eating.
We're very hungry.
Oh, you are very hungry. That's okay. You are allowed to. Feel free.
Half an hour later here.
Yeah, it's almost 7:30.
Oh, that's right. You are half an hour ahead in Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Kalam? Are you still cooking?
I thought I had chicken thighs in the fridge. They were chicken thigh cutlets, so they had a bone in them, so they took extra long to cook.
Yeah, but actually, cutlet is okay. It's actually quite good.
I'm sure it'll be delicious. I'm just a little bit behind and getting it nice and thick.
Yeah, that's good. Johanna, can I have a look at yours? Oh, that's good too. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Miwako, you have to show me what you did.
Atsusugimasu.
That's good. That's great.
Yeah, Kayoko, unfortunately, I made it to the karaage today, so I just added that one. So I didn't have another meat, so I just on the top.
Okay, so you put the chicken karaage on top of the curry.
Yeah, a bit different.
That's very creative. That's good.
My dad just took my food.
Who did?
He just came into the kitchen and was like, "Oh, I'm eating it now."
Oh, well, but hopefully you've got enough left for yourself.
Oh, hey, too much.
Too much. Okay. You know, curry, this is quite inexpensive in terms of buying ingredients, and it's very quick to cook. Plus, you can eat for 2 days or 3 days if you like. So, yeah, I think it's really good student food. And you know what? In the Japanese primary school, for the first time in home economics class in a Japanese school, curry is the first dish every kid in Japan learned to cook for a family.
Well, you basically put all of the ingredients inside and then just wait till it's done. So it's a pretty good dish to start off with.
Yeah, that's right. And when you are busy as well, you just cook it in the morning, and then when you come home, you can eat it.
Yeah, they say, I'm not sure if they say it in Japan, but at the very least, they say that curry is even better the next day after you cook it.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Not just Japanese curry, any curry, I reckon. Yeah. Julia, do you think it's mild enough for Matilda to eat?
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
Oh, that's good.
She will get it tomorrow for dinner. She's already had her dinner.
Okay.
I'll report back to you how she likes it. But she liked the oyakodon, so I'm hopeful.
Yeah. So we've got oyakodon and we've got curry rice. I don't know what's gonna be next. We will see.
Well, Kayoko, as long as you do another one, we're happy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I have to ask Toden Sensei here. Can you thank her as well, because I couldn't have done this without her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
ありがとうございました、トレン先生。
Yeah. All right. Is it time, Julia?
It's 1 minute past 7 on the clock. Perfect.
Very good. So everyone, thank you for coming. So practical Japanese students, I will see you next tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Kayoko. That was brilliant.
Otsukare-sama deshita.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Enjoy your dinner.